Welcome to my videos. Amazon AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner Question and Answer Set 1. A company is planning to run a global marketing application in the AWS Cloud. The application will feature videos that can be viewed by users. The company must ensure that all users can view these videos with low latency. Which AWS service should the company use to meet this requirement? A. AWS Auto Scaling. B. Amazon Kinesis Video Streams. C. Elastic Load Balancing. D. Amazon CloudFront. Correct answer, D. Which pillar of the AWS well-architected framework refers to the ability of a system to recover from infrastructure or service disruptions and dynamically acquire computing resources to meet demand? A. Security. B. Reliability. C. Performance efficiency. D. Cost optimization. Correct answer, B. Which of the following are benefits of migrating to the AWS Cloud? Choose 2. A. Operational resilience. B. Discounts for products on Amazon.com. C. Business agility. D. Business excellence. E. Increased staff retention. Correct answer, A, C. A company is planning to replace its physical on-premises compute servers with AWS serverless compute services. The company wants to be able to take advantage of advanced technologies quickly after the migration. Which pillar of the AWS well-architected framework does this plan represent? A. Security. B. Performance efficiency. C. Operational excellence. D. Reliability. Correct answer, B. A large company has multiple departments. Each department has its own AWS account. Each department has purchased Amazon EC2 reserved instances. Some departments do not use all the reserved instances that they purchased, and other departments need more reserved instances than they purchased. The company needs to manage the AWS accounts for all the departments so that the departments can share the reserved instances. Which AWS service or tool should the company use to meet these requirements? A. AWS Systems Manager. B. Cost Explorer. C. AWS Trusted Advisor. D. AWS Organizations. Correct answer, B. Which component of the AWS global infrastructure is made up of one or more discrete data centers that have redundant power, networking, and connectivity? A. AWS Region. B. Availability Zone. C. Edge Location. D. AWS Outposts. Correct answer, B. Which duties are the responsibility of a company that is using AWS Lambda? Choose 2, A. Security inside of code. B. Selection of CPU resources. C. Patching of operating system. D. Writing and updating of code. E. Security of underlying infrastructure. Correct answers, A and D. Which AWS services or features provide disaster recovery solutions for Amazon EC2 instances? Choose 2, A. 2 reserved instances. B. EC2 Amazon Machine Images, AMIs. C. Amazon Elastic Block Store, Amazon EBS, Snapshots. D. AWS Shield. E. Amazon Guard Duty. Correct answer, B and C. A company is migrating to the AWS Cloud instead of running its infrastructure on premises. Which of the following are advantages of this migration? Choose 2, A. Elimination of the need to perform security auditing. B. Increased global reach and agility. C. Ability to deploy globally in minutes. D. Elimination of the cost of IT staff members. E. Redundancy by default for all compute services. Correct answer, B, D. A user is comparing purchase options for an application that runs on Amazon EC2 and Amazon RDS. The application cannot sustain any interruption. The application experiences a predictable amount of usage, including some seasonal spikes that last only a few weeks at a time. It is not possible to modify the application. Which purchase option meets these requirements most cost-effectively? A. Review the AWS Marketplace and buy partial upfront reserved instances to cover the predicted and seasonal load. B. Buy reserved instances for the predicted amount of usage throughout the year. Allow any seasonal usage to run on spot instances. C. Buy reserved instances for the predicted amount of usage throughout the year. Allow any seasonal usage to run at an on-demand rate. D. Buy reserved instances to cover all potential usage that results from the seasonal usage. Correct answer, B. A company wants to review its monthly costs of using Amazon EC2 and Amazon RDS for the past year. Which AWS service or tool provides this information? A. AWS Trusted Advisor. B. Cost Explorer. C. Amazon Forecast. D. Amazon CloudWatch. Correct answer, B. A company wants to migrate a critical application to AWS. The application has a short runtime. The application is invoked by changes in data or by shifts in system state. The company needs a compute solution that maximizes operational efficiency and minimizes the cost of running the application. Which AWS solution should the company use to meet these requirements? A. Amazon EC2 on-demand instances. B. AWS Lambda. C. Amazon EC2 reserved instances. D. Amazon EC2 spot instances. Correct answer, B. Which AWS service or feature allows users to connect with and deploy AWS services programmatically? A. AWS Management Console. B. AWS Cloud 9. C. AWS Code Pipeline. D. AWS Software Development Kits, SDKs. Correct answer, D. Which AWS service or feature allows users to connect with and deploy AWS services programmatically? A. AWS Management Console. B. AWS Cloud 9. C. AWS Code Pipeline. D. AWS Software Development Kits, SDKs. Correct answer, D. A company is launching an e-commerce application that must always be available. The application will run on Amazon EC2 instances continuously for the next 12 months. What is the most cost-effective instance purchasing option that meets these requirements? A. Spot instances. B. Savings plans. C. Dedicated hosts. D. On-demand instances. Correct answer, B. Which AWS service or feature can a company use to determine which business unit is using specific AWS resources? A. Cost allocation tags. B. Key pairs. C. Amazon Inspector. D. AWS Trusted Advisor. Correct answer, A. A company wants to migrate its workloads to AWS, but it lacks expertise in AWS cloud computing. Which AWS service or feature will help the company with its migration? A. AWS Trusted Advisor. B. AWS Consulting Partners. C. AWS Artifacts. D. AWS Managed Services. Correct answer, D. Which AWS service or tool should a company use to centrally request and track service limit increases? A. AWS Config. B. Service Quotas. C. AWS Service Catalog. D. AWS Budgets. Correct answer, B. Which documentation does AWS Artifact provide? A. Amazon EC2 Terms and Conditions. B. AWS ISO Certifications. C. A history of a company's AWS spending. D. A list of previous generation Amazon EC2 instance types. Correct answer, B. Which task requires using AWS account root user credentials? A. Viewing billing information. B. Changing the AWS support plan. C. Starting and stopping Amazon EC2 instances. D. Opening an AWS support case. Correct answer, B. A company needs to simultaneously process hundreds of requests from different users. Which combination of AWS services should the company use to build an operationally efficient solution? A. Amazon Simple Queue Service, Amazon SQS, and AWS Lambda. B. AWS Data Pipeline and Amazon EC2. C. Amazon Kinesis and Amazon Athena. D. AWS Amplify and AWS AppSync. Correct answer, B. What is the scope of a VPC within the AWS network? A. A VPC can span all availability zones globally. B. A VPC must span at least 2 subnets in each AWS region. C. A VPC must span at least 2 edge locations in each AWS region. D. A VPC can span all availability zones within an AWS region. Correct answer, D. Which of the following are components of an AWS site-to-site VPN connection? Choose 2, A. AWS Storage Gateway. B. Virtual Private Gateway. C. NAT Gateway. D. Customer Gateway. E. Internet Gateway. Correct answer, B, D. A company needs to establish a connection between two VPCs. The VPCs are located in two different AWS regions. The company wants to use the existing infrastructure of the VPCs for this connection. Which AWS service or feature can be used to establish this connection? A. AWS Client VPN. B. VPC peering. C. AWS Direct Connect. D. VPC endpoints. Correct answer, B. According to the AWS Shared Responsibility Model, what responsibility does a customer have when using Amazon RDS to host a database? A. Manage connections to the database. B. Install Microsoft SQL Server. C. Design encryption at rest strategies. D. Apply minor database patches. Correct answer, A. What are some advantages of using Amazon EC2 instances to host applications in the AWS Cloud instead of on-premises? Choose 2, A. EC2 includes operating system patch management. B. EC2 integrates with Amazon VPC, AWS Cloud Trail, and AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM. C. EC2 has a 100% service level agreement, SLA. D. EC2 has a flexible, pay-as-you-go pricing model. E. EC2 has automatic storage cost optimization. Correct answer, D, E. A user needs to determine whether an Amazon EC2 instance's security groups were modified in the last month. How can the user see if a change was made? A. Use Amazon EC2 to see if the security group was changed. B. Use AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM, to see which user or role changed the security group. C. Use AWS Cloud Trail to see if the security group was changed. D. Use Amazon CloudWatch to see if the security group was changed. Correct answer, C. Which AWS service will help protect applications running on AWS from DDoS attacks? A. Amazon GuardDuty. B. AWS WAF. C. AWS Shield. D. Amazon Inspector. Correct answer, C. Which AWS service or feature acts as a firewall for Amazon EC2 instances? A. Network ACL. B. Elastic Network Interface. C. Amazon VPC. D. Security Group. Correct answer, D. How does the AWS Cloud pricing model differ from the traditional on-premises storage pricing model? A. AWS resources do not incur costs. B. There are no infrastructure operating costs. C. There are no upfront cost commitments. D. There are no software licensing costs. Correct answer, B. A company has a single Amazon EC2 instance. The company wants to adopt a highly available architecture. What can the company do to meet this requirement? A. Scale vertically to a larger EC2 instance size. B. Scale horizontally across multiple availability zones. C. Purchase an EC2 dedicated instance. D. Change the EC2 instance family to a compute-optimized instance. Correct answer, B. A company's on-premises application deployment cycle was 3 to 4 weeks. After migrating to the AWS Cloud, the company can deploy the application in 2 to 3 days. Which benefit has this company experienced by moving to the AWS Cloud? A. Elasticity. B. Flexibility. C. Agility. D. Resilience. Correct answer, A. Which of the following are included in AWS Enterprise Support? Choose 2, A. AWS Technical Account Manager, TAM. B. AWS Partner-Led Support. C. AWS Professional Services. D. Support of third-party software integration to AWS. E. 5-minute response time for critical issues. Correct answers, A and D. A global media company uses AWS organizations to manage multiple AWS accounts. Which AWS service or feature can the company use to limit the access to AWS services for member accounts? A. AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM. B. Service Control Policies, SCPs. C. Organizational Units, OUs. D. Access Control Lists, ACLs. Correct answer, C. A company wants to limit its employees' AWS access to a portfolio of predefined AWS resources. Which AWS solution should the company use to meet this requirement? A. AWS Config. B. AWS Software Development Kits, SDKs. C. AWS Service Catalog. D. AWS AppSync. Correct answer, C. An online company was running a workload on premises and was struggling to launch new products and features. After migrating the workload to AWS, the company can quickly launch products and features and can scale its infrastructure as required. Which AWS Cloud value proposition does this scenario describe? A. Business agility. B. High availability. C. Security. D. Centralized auditing. Correct answer, A. Which of the following are advantages of the AWS Cloud? Choose 2. A. AWS management of user-owned infrastructure. B. Ability to quickly change required capacity. C. High economies of scale. D. Increased deployment time to market. E. Increased fixed expenses. Correct answer, B and C. AWS has the ability to achieve lower pay-as-you-go pricing by aggregating usage across hundreds of thousands of users. This describes which advantage of the AWS Cloud? A. Launch globally in minutes. B. Increase speed and agility. C. High economies of scale. D. No guessing about compute capacity. Correct answer, C. A company has a database server that is always running. The company hosts the server on Amazon EC2 instances. The instance sizes are suitable for the workload. The workload will run for 1 year. Which EC2 instance purchasing option will meet these requirements most cost effectively? A. Standard reserved instances. B. On-demand instances. C. Spot instances. D. Convertible reserved instances. Correct answer, A. A company is developing a mobile app that needs a high-performance NoSQL database. Which AWS services could the company use for this database? Choose 2. A. Amazon Aurora. B. Amazon Ritza. C. Amazon Redshift. D. Amazon DocumentDB, with MongoDB compatibility. E. Amazon DynamoDB. Correct answer, B, E. Which tasks are the responsibility of AWS, according to the AWS Shared Responsibility Model? Choose 2. A. Patch the Amazon EC2 guest operating system. B. Upgrade the firmware of the network infrastructure. C. Apply password rotation for IAM users. D. Maintain the physical security of edge locations. E. Maintain least privilege access to the root user account. Correct answer, B, D. Which of the following are features of network ACLs as they are used in the AWS Cloud? Choose 2. A. They are stateless. B. They are stateful. C. They evaluate all rules before allowing traffic. D. They process rules in order, starting with the lowest numbered rule, when deciding whether to allow traffic. E. They operate at the instance level. Correct answers, A and D. A company has designed its AWS cloud infrastructure to run its workloads effectively. The company also has protocols in place to continuously improve supporting processes. Which pillar of the AWS well-architected framework does this scenario represent? A. Security. B. Performance efficiency. C. Cost optimization. D. Operational excellence. Correct answer, D. Which AWS service or feature can be used to create a private connection between an on-premises workload and an AWS cloud workload? A. Amazon Route 53. B. Amazon Macie. C. AWS Direct Connect. D. AWS Private Link. Correct answer, D. A company needs to graphically visualize AWS billing and usage over time. The company also needs information about its AWS monthly costs. Which AWS billing and cost management tool provides this data in a graphical format? A. AWS Bills. B. Cost Explorer. C. AWS Cost and Usage Report. D. AWS Budgets. Correct answer, B. A company wants to run production workloads on AWS. The company needs concierge service, a designated AWS Technical Account Manager, TAM, and technical support that is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Which AWS support plan will meet these requirements? A. AWS Basic Support. B. AWS Enterprise Support. C. AWS Business Support. D. AWS Developer Support. Correct answer, B. Which architecture design principle describes the need to isolate failures between dependent components in the AWS Cloud? A. Use a monolithic design. B. Design for automation. C. Design for single points of failure. D. Loosely couple components. Correct answer, D. Which AWS services are managed database services? Choose 2, A. Amazon Elastic Block Store, Amazon EBS. B. Amazon S3. C. Amazon RDS. D. Amazon Elastic File System, Amazon EFS. E. Amazon DynamoDB. Correct answer, C, E. A company is using the AWS free tier for several AWS services for an application. What will happen if the free tier usage period expires or if the application use exceeds the free tier usage limits? A. The company will be charged the standard pay-as-you-go service rates for the usage that exceeds the free tier usage. B. AWS support will contact the company to set up standard service charges. C. The company will be charged for the services it consumed during the free tier period, plus additional charges for service consumption after the free tier period. D. The company's AWS account will be frozen and can be restarted after a payment plan is established. Correct answer, A. A company recently deployed an Amazon RDS instance in its VPC. The company needs to implement a stateful firewall to limit traffic to the private corporate network. Which AWS service or feature should the company use to limit network traffic directly to its RDS instance? A. Network ACLs. B. Security groups. C. AWS WAF. D. Amazon Guard Duty. Correct answer, C.